You could be a true Christian and be in error or be deceived. And it could be because of the church you're attending and they're misleading you. They're teaching false doctrine, or you're just not studying the Word of God. And you truly may love Christ and you're just in error. But this is what it comes down to. If your heart really belongs to Jesus Christ, once you see and know the truth, you're going to respond, meaning you're going to change. You're going to change. You're not going to continue in the error. You're not going to continue in the sin. I'll give you an example, like for myself. I was attending churches and being misguided and even listening to very famous pastors on TV, on the church channel. And I was being deceived. Truly loved Jesus. I truly love Jesus. Wanted to obey Jesus and do what Jesus tells me to do. But I was under the wrong um, teaching. I was under the wrong teaching. But then God exposed the truth to me. And once He did that, I removed myself. I removed myself. And this didn't just happen one time. I'm talking a series of teachings that's been wrong, that I went through, that I was exposed to, still being a true Christian, and each one, God pulled me from them. And I believe the message that God was trying to get across to me was, you need to read the Word of God. You need to truly get in the Word of God and understand what God is telling you, and not go by the interpretations of these pastors. And as I started to really get into the Word of God for myself, and then I would think back about the pastors who, let's say for instance, there was a verse, and then I go and look on my own at that same verse in my own study time, and it's totally not how that pastor had it to convey. He took it totally out of context. So God wanted to show me that we need to read the Word of God. And there's a lot of true Christians out there right now who are in error, who are following these false teachers' teachings because they're not reading the Word of God for themselves. And I pray for these Christians, Lord, that you will remove them, that you did remove me, and I know you're not going to let no true Christian just stay there. So I know you're working in their lives, and I thank you for pulling me out of those teachings, because I've come to the point now I don't watch any of these teachers at all. Any of them. And I look at people on YouTube, but you still have to be careful on YouTube. You still have to do your own research. Do your own research and study the Bible, the Word of God for yourself. Because you'll be amazed when you read the Word of God and you think about how other people portray that same word. It's not what's being said. So if you are a true Christian and you are in error and you've been corrected, you're going to respond, you're going to change, you're going to remove yourself from those false teachings. I have totally removed myself from the church I was attending. I don't watch television. I don't listen to these false teachers. And this goes for any teacher, anyone who's telling me anything about the Word of God. I need to go and check the Word of God. I'm not going to go by what you tell me. Now, remember, first let me just say this too. I remember one time I was sleeping, this is recently, and God said, you are an overcomer. You are an overcomer. You will overcome sin. If you tell someone the truth and they continue in their sin, they haven't overcome. And they will choose to stay in that sin because they don't believe it, like they're not Christ. At least at that point they're not. They don't belong to Christ at that point. Because when you belong to Christ, you're going to respond. You're going to respond. So, just wanted to say that. Have a good day. I'm going to get up from here, but I just want to speak on that. Have a good day.